Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'm gonna give you 3 clones, one from Tom Ford, which is Bitter Peach, one from Perfume de Marley, which is Carlisle, and one from Initio Side Effects. Also, since this is a haul, I'm gonna give you a nice coffee-based fragrance that I think you will enjoy if you like coffee gourmands. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna tell you which one of these fragrances that I actually like better than the OG. Now, one, I think, it's okay. And also, I'm gonna give you 2 alternatives to these that I think you might like better. Now the fragrances are Aftermath Intro, and that's from Fragrance World. We have Safari Elixir, Taffacor, I think I'm pronouncing that right. And this is the coffee-based fragrance, and that is Coffee Eternal. Now the first one we're gonna start off is Taffacor. Now, to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, the OG I think I like better because it's more rounded, more refined, it's smoother. But this is a nice clone also. Now, when you first spray this, you're gonna get that red tobacco from Mancero, but that gonna only last probably 30, 40 seconds. But when I first spray it, that's exactly what I get. I get that red tobacco. Then in the opening, you get that nice nutmeg that's very spicy. You're gonna get some incense that make it kind of smoky. Then the sandalwood begins to creep up in the background, that making it very creamy. Then it's finished off with vanilla and amber. So this fragrance is sweet, spicy, woody, and smoky. It's a very nice fragrance. I think I give it probably 85% close to the original. But when you spray this in the beginning, you do get that red tobacco, and you get like an alcohol blast that only gonna last a couple of seconds, but then it begins to turn and transition over to more like a Carlisle fragrance, although they do smell similar. But I think the OG is a little bit more refined, a little bit more smoother. I think I paid like $25 for it, so for the price, you can't beat it. Now the next fragrance coming up is Safari Elixir. Now this is one of the fragrances that I actually like better than the OG, and I'll tell you why at the end. Peach and citrus notes of blood orange start this off. You get that cognac, and you get the note of heliotrope. Now the heliotrope in this is not like the original. It plays more back in the background where the original comes up front. You get sandalwood and vanilla to close it off. Now when I tested this, I wore it to bed, put it on my hand, and I woke up the next morning, I was getting like some faint chocolate notes. So it's something in this more gourmand than the original. It's fruity, it's sweet, it's creamy, and it's lightly spicy. And that's Safari Elixir. Now the performance on this, it lasts a long time, but the projection is not great. You're gonna get probably about a half a foot projection maybe, and it's more of a skin scent, but it's a very enjoyable scent. I actually like this better than the original. The reason why is because the heliotrope in this, it plays more in the background, while the original is more up front. The original smell, to me, in my opinion, smell better on a woman, but on my skin, I really don't care for it. But it's a nice fragrance. If you like Tom Ford Bitter Peach, this is very close. It's probably 80%. But the 20% that's not close, to me, makes it a better smelling fragrance. But stick around and I'm gonna give you a clone that's probably 90, 95% close to the original. Now the next one up is pretty darn close to the original. The original is a better fragrance because it's more smoother, richer. It smells more of high quality, while this, it smells a little bit cheaper, but it still smells like the original. But it's one I got, in my opinion, if I were buying clones and I had to choose between this one and the other one, I would choose the other one. And I will give you head-to-head comparisons of both. But the fragrance I'm talking about is Aftermath Intro. Now, when I first spray this, you get that perfume alcohol, and that's gonna last probably 30 seconds in this one. You get a nice smooth tobacco, and for some reason, I'm picking up like a cherry accord, but I think it's a combination of that rum and that cinnamon that's coming up next that's giving it like that cherry accord. Then later on in the base, you're picking up a sweet creamy vanilla. This is sweet, creamy, fruity, and woody. Very enjoyable scent, really close, but I like the original better. And there's Aftermath Intro. Now the clone, in my opinion, that smells just as close as the original, is from the fragrance company Parfum Parlor, and the name of it is Second Reaction. Now I'm gonna spray these head to head, and I'm gonna tell you what I get. Aftermath, I'm getting a heavy blast of alcohol. Whereas the Second Reaction, it don't smell like it has much alcohol in it. It smells like it's more high quality ingredients. The Second Reaction smell richer. It smells denser, and it smells like it costs more. Now, in my opinion, the Aftermath might last longer, but when you talk about quality and the smell, I would go with Second Reaction from Parfum Parlor. Both are lovely scents, but I think Second Reaction smell a little bit more expensive. I think it smells closer to the original. You can't go wrong with either one, but if I had a choice, I would go with Second Reaction. And as far as the better Tom Ford Bitter Peach clone, I would have to go with Fragrance World Intense Peach. Intense Peach smell a little bit closer to the original because you get that heliotrope up front. I'm telling you, they smell smell almost identical. For me personally, I would go with Safari, but if you want a clone that's closer to Bitter Peach, try Intense Peach from Fragrance World. Last fragrance on here, if you like a gourmand coffee fragrance with some milky undertones of coconut, then the fragrance you're looking for is Coffee Eternal. Now this starts off with a very milky, almost malt chocolate. You get some coconut in the background, topped off with some vanillas, caramel with tonka creeping up in the background, and you get some musk. Now the one thing I don't like about this fragrance is that the performance is not good. Not in my opinion. On my skin, it probably lasts 4 hours, and it's more like a skin scent. But this one will smell very lovely on a woman, especially when you're talking about close encounters, contact. This is a nice, milky, chocolate coffee fragrance with some sweetness of caramel that smell almost like you're drinking like a coffee latte. Now this is sweet, creamy, and lightly spicy. Still a nice fragrance. I would wear it, but I think it would smell better on a woman. Quick recap, if you like a coffee, coconut, creamy, caramel scent, try Coffee Eternal. If you like a closer clone to Bitter Peach, try Intense Peach. Safari is a clone of Bitter Peach, but to me, it's probably 80% close. But to me, I think I like this one better than the original and that one because of the note of the heliotrope sits back in the background. Peaches and the oranges are more up front. Second reaction is a more superior fragrance, whereas Aftermath start off kind of cheap, but still a close clone. And Taore smell a little bit cheap at the beginning, but it's still a nice clone. All right, guys, that covers it. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, subscribe. Everybody stay safe. Come back and see me, and I will see you soon. Peace.